Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa. Today I have got 3 delicious vegan snack recipes for you, and they are to celebrate Super Bowl Sunday. I personally am not a huge football fan, but I know that a lot of people love to host parties and bring people over, watch the game, that kind of thing. And so I thought it would be really helpful to give you some healthy, gluten-free, vegan snacks that you could serve that would feed a crowd and that are also just really delicious. If you aren't a football fan, no worries at all, because these snacks can be made any time of year. They're great party appetizers, and like I said, they're really healthy, and they're also just like fun to eat. So we've got some sweet potato tots that are baked and not fried. We've also got a delicious, I think it's 4 layers, 4-layer bean dip. Not the traditional 7-layer, but there's still 4 delicious layers in there. And then we're also gonna make some spicy, cheesy kale chips. So all of these things, like I said, are vegan. The recipes are also already on my website. So if you are interested in getting the directions and instructions and everything like that, you can find that in the links down in the description box. Otherwise, I would love for you to subscribe before you leave. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the recipes. So the first recipe we're going to make are the sweet potato tots. We're going to start by grating our sweet potato, and I find that it's easiest to do this with a food processor fit with that grating blade. If you don't have that, you can definitely just use a box grater, and you're just going to grate about 2 medium sweet potatoes. We need 3 cups of fully grated sweet potato. Once you've got that, you can either just leave it in the food processor and just chop it up quickly, like just process it a few times, pulse it, and that will chop up the sweet potato slices, or you could just manually do this after we give it a quick cook. So we're going to just transfer our sweet potato into a skillet, add a splash of water, and you're just going to cover it and steam this for about 3 to 5 minutes until the sweet potato has cooked. Then you'll want to let it cool completely before we transfer it into a bowl and add the rest of our ingredients. If you aren't chopping the sweet potato in your food processor, you would just transfer the shreds onto a cutting board and just give it a quick chop. Once your sweet potato is cool, you can just transfer it into a bowl and just let it finish cooling completely. It can still be a little bit warm, but you don't want it to be piping hot. And then you will add in some nutritional yeast, quinoa flour, garlic powder, smoked paprika, sea salt, and some black pepper, and just stir this together until the dry ingredients are evenly incorporated throughout that sweet potato. And then we'll add in our wet ingredients, which is just 1 flax egg and a tablespoon of hummus. And you'll stir that together, and a dough should start to form. If it feels a little bit dry, you could add a dash more hummus, but it should pull together like this. Once it's into a kind of sticky dough, you can just use your hands to form them into little tot shapes. And you really could just form them into any shape you want. I wanted them to look like tater tots, so I turned them into these tater tot type shapes. From there, just transfer all of your little tots onto a parchment-lined baking sheet, and we're going to bake these at 400 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes, flipping them halfway through until they're nice and golden brown. And this is what they will look like when they come out of the oven. They are golden brown and crispy on the outside and nice and soft on the inside. I personally love dipping these in either ketchup or a vegan ranch or some sort of like tahini sauce. They're really, really good. And I just want to show you the inside. They are nice and soft and chewy on the inside, just as a tater tot should be. So you guys are going to absolutely love these. They make a great snack. They're super kid friendly, great for breakfast, and also, like I mentioned, great for a party. Next, we have our kale chips, and we're going to start by making some vegan nacho sauce, and we're actually going to use this for our next recipe too. So we've got 2 cups of raw cashews that have been soaked for a couple hours, and once you have them all nice and soaked and they're kind of softened, you're going to drain them, rinse them, add them into a blender, and then to that you'll add half of a bell pepper, as well as some nutritional yeast, some chili powder, smoked paprika, garlic powder, and sea salt, as well as some lemon juice and some water. And just use your blender to blend this up until it's nice and smooth and creamy. If you have a Vitamix, you might need to use the tamper a little bit. And if it's really not blending, you could add a splash more water. You could also try to do this in the food processor. I haven't personally been able to get it quite as smooth as a blender would, but it should still blend up. And this is the final texture. It's like a nice smooth nacho sauce. So you can set that aside, and we're gonna add all of our kale into our mixing bowls. So I just strip it off the stem, and then I use my hands to kind of break it up into larger leaves, I guess you could say. And you're going to use 2 full heads for this recipe, 2 full bunches of kale. And you're going to have to probably do it in batches based on how big your bowl is. I had to do it in 2 batches. So once you've got your bowl full of those kale leaves, you can just dollop on some of the cheese sauce and then just use your hands to mix it all together. It definitely is easier to do your hands because you can make sure that the kale gets all nice and coated with that cheese sauce. From there, we'll just transfer this onto a baking sheet. And I actually didn't put parchment paper down, but I recommend that you use parchment paper because they will stick a little bit. And then we're going to cook these low and slow. You're going to cook them at 200 degrees for about 60 to 90 minutes. Mine took about an hour and a half in the oven. And the reason for that is that we don't want to get them burned, but we want to get them nice and crispy. And because they have some extra liquid from the sauce, it's going to take a while to dry them out. So just leave them in the oven for about 45 minutes, check them, and then give them a flip. And you're probably going to also want to swap your trays because there will be 2 trays of things. So just swap them on the different racks and flip all the chips over and continue cooking them until they're nice and crispy. And this is what they look like when they come out of the oven. They are crispy, they are nice and golden brown, they have a gorgeous little cheese sauce on them. And I like to just finish everything off with a little sprinkle of nutritional yeast. You can just serve them up in a big bowl like this. You could serve them with a dip. Either way, they're so good. I love having these on hand. That really satisfies that chip craving that I get, but they're still nice and healthy. And then the final recipe we're going to make is our Mexican layered dip. And we're going to start by making some quick pico de gallo salsa. So just add some chopped up tomatoes, as well as some chopped up red onion, some cilantro, chili powder, pinch of salt, pepper, and some lime juice, and just stir this all together until it's all evenly combined, and we're going to set that aside. Once we have the pico done, we're going to make some quick guac. We're going to add 1 whole avocado into a bowl, and then just use your fork to mash it up. You can just use whatever kind of texture you like. I like my guac a little bit chunky. Other people like it totally smooth, so just mash it up until you got the texture that you're looking for. And then we're going to add in some flavors. So we're going to add in some chili powder, sea salt, lime juice, and that's it. This is my super quick, easy guac. It's so yummy. And just stir that together until it's combined. And again, we're going to set that aside. The last thing that we're going to do is add a can of refried beans into a saucepan. If you are vegetarian or vegan, just make sure that you check to make sure that they are vegetarian. The brand that I like to buy is called Amy's Kitchen. All of their products are vegetarian, so you don't have to worry about there being meat in the beans. Add the whole can into your saucepan. Add a little bit of water because this will help make it nice and creamy. And you're just going to cook it until they are nice and smooth and they're hot. So it takes maybe about 2 minutes or so, depending on what temperature you have it on. But you're really just making them smooth and kind of pourable, I guess you could say, or dippable. And then once they're hot, that's what we're going to do. We're going to build out our dip. So you can just transfer the beans into a bowl. And then we're going to do a layer of that vegan queso that we made with the kale chips. If you don't have any left over, you could just use that same sauce, just use half of the amounts. Or I will link another option for you. My kimchi queso is also really good. That would be great with this recipe. So just spread out the queso and then do a layer of your guac. And you're going to use all of the guac here. Again, just spread it out with an even layer. And then top everything with your pico de gallo salsa. And that's it for this dip. It seems kind of complicated just by looking at it, but it's actually so easy and it's really, really, really good. It's definitely a crowd pleaser. You can just serve this with crackers. You can serve it with chips. You could serve it with sliced up veggies. It's up to you. I love getting a big scoop of all 4 different layers because it's like, honestly, the perfect bite. It tastes amazing. So I hope you guys give this one a try.
And there you have it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed today's recipes. If you do end up making them for Super Bowl Sunday or just any other party that you're hosting, I would love to know what you think. You can come back to this video, drop a comment down in the comment box, and let us know what you think of the recipes. If you do end up making them, I'd also love to see a photograph. It's like my favorite thing to scroll through the hashtag Simply Quinoa or look at the tags that you guys create. You're so creative with your recipes, and I just love seeing your recreations. So make sure to share something on social with me by tagging at Simply Quinoa or using
#simplyquinoa. And like I said in the beginning, these recipes are up on the blog already, so I've linked them down in the description box below for you. I also have a ton of other appetizers and snacks on the blog, so you can just filter in the recipe page based on snacks, and that will come up with all of the other snacks that I've created, both sweet and savory. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. I would love for you to join our community here on YouTube. I post videos twice a week, every Tuesday and Friday. There's a mix of healthy recipes like this. We have lifestyle content, we have vlogging, we have pretty much everything. So if you enjoy this type of video, don't forget to subscribe. We would love to have you in our community. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!